Hey chat, it's Step1, and we just got a bunch of gameplay of Pokemon Legends Z-A from the demo in the Pokemon Worlds Championship. And this is probably the last time I do this before we actually get the game, but I just want to gush about it again, because looking at all this footage, it is, oh my god. So without further ado, let's get into this footage and talk about it. Really quick before we get into that, I am doing a $70 eShop gift card giveaway that ends at the end of this month. All you got to do is comment on this video and make sure you're subscribed. In the description is going to be a sheet outlining all the rules and regulations and all the comments that are valid for entry. Thank you so much for the support on the videos, and I wish you the best of luck. So many creators were invited to play Pokemon Legends Z-A, as well as people were able to book a spot to play like a 20-minute demo gameplay at Pokemon Worlds in Anaheim, California. This is the first time this demo has become available, but we also know it's going to be going to Gamescom and I believe PAX. So we're probably going to see more footage the more and more this goes on. But right now on the screen is footage from Austin John Plays, the GOAT. He did this really great cropping where it almost looks like direct capture with, of course, you know, the lighting and everything, but you could see the whole game. And oh my god, guys. I cannot express how clean this menu is and how fun this game seems like it's gonna be. And there is some negatives that got revealed alongside of this, but I want to first go over the positives and then kind of go into the negatives. One quick thing I want to shout out, when looking at all the footage, this small creator Digipop actually got invited by Nintendo to play the game, and they only have 3,000 subscribers, so congrats. But also, guys, make sure you like and subscribe to this video so I could be one of those people. No, I appreciate all the support, and hopefully Nintendo recognizes the amount of work I've been doing in covering all of this. Essentially, the demo was broken into two parts, one doing the ZA Battle Royale, and the other one doing a Mega Evolution Raid battle, a rogue mega raid battle. Honestly, when it came to the ZA Battle Royale, let's see if we could skip around. This is footage all from Austin John Plays, by the way. This seems like the first time you ever get put into a ZA Battle Royale, so I hope it is more open when, you know, you do a few of them, because right now it's literally just a straight road. Like, you know, you do a little bit of turns, but there's no way to branch out and explore. I was kind of hoping that the Battle Royale is a more open world type deal where you could just go anywhere, find trainers anywhere, but these definitely seem like pre-placed trainers and almost just like a route, honestly, which I don't know how I feel about that, but to be honest, both this and the Mo-Grega raid battle that we're gonna see are very early on in the game, so I'm hoping this is just more of a tutorial style thing than, you know, what actually is going on. Can I mention though, the game looks so clean, and the performance on the Switch 2 is just, this is the Pokemon game of our dreams, guys. The art style, the UI design as well, that's something that jumped out at me. Okay, but let's go back to my original topic. The game runs super smoothly, but it seems like there's a little bit of pop-in, and this is playing on the Switch 2 version. So unfortunately, I think with the Switch 1 version, there's gonna be some very heavy pop-in, but I think graphically wise, I don't think there is any sacrifices because it all looks great and it looks to be like a consistent quality. There isn't no one frame Pidgey all the way in the distance. There isn't, you know, grass or trees that look odd. It all looks of a consistent quality, which I think that's perfect. What we are witnessing right now is, of course, the ZA Battle Royale, but also live action battles. I don't think we really did see this way, if that makes sense. And I think this is the best way to see it in live gameplay. Yeah, it is almost better than I imagined. Instead of your Pokemon having a menu to select their attacks, it's all on the face button. So you're able to move your character and control your Pokemon at the same time. And honestly, it's gonna add a lot of like strategic elements to things where you have to both care about yourself and then your Pokemon. In Legends Arceus, it was there a little bit, but only pre-battle. But now, in the battle itself, it's a lot more thinking. And I've seen that a lot from a lot of the people who got to play it, that this game is considerably harder. I know Digipop said it was almost like a Pokemon Souls-like, just based off of the early stages of the demo and the difficulty that was there. I could definitely see it ramping up in difficulty to the point where maybe people might struggle. And I think that's a good thing. I think Pokemon and difficulty, yeah, I think that's a good thing. One last thing I wanted to talk about the battle is just the way that the moves were translated. They put a lot of thought. For example, Aura Sphere has to get charged up before it gets shot out. Of course it does. But then if you don't line up your Pokemon fairly well, the enemy could just sidestep it. So you got to make sure that you're like timing things pretty well. And like Bullet Punch comes out immediately. So like you don't really have to worry about things that much. So it's honestly taking that accuracy level and bringing it into what it would actually be in real life, or what, you know, the anime would portray. And I just, oh my God, I think that's amazing. And there is confirmed held items as well. And here, before we get into more footage, let's go on to Central Leaks, where he broke down a lot of things. Here is confirmed held items, as well as seems to be a fragrance kind of item on the very right next to the key items. We have no idea what that's used for right now, but for me, it would make sense for it to be some sort of like way to attract different Pokemon. Since Pokemon are only available in zones, maybe you put on the fragrance or you spray the fragrance somewhere around, and it could be a grass. So then when you go into the zone, only grass Pokemon pop up or something similar like that. That's what I'm assuming that is, but we'll have to see. But with the confirmation of held items, I think battling in this game, oh, it's gonna be so fun, because like Legends Arceus didn't have held items, which kind of just made it where battles just kind of felt like a afterthought. I mean, there was like a total of 8 battles in that game. This literally has a whole designated game mode, 2 battles. So that's exciting. Before we get back into Austin John Plays footage, there is some new Legends ZA commercials with direct audio for the game that just sound amazing. Let's just give it a listen right now. Oh my God, the music. They have the Sword and Shield boutique theme. Oh my God. But yeah, like, this music is gonna be great. One sentiment that has been shared throughout a lot of the reviewers as well is they kind of hope this game is multiplayer. And unfortunately, I don't think that's gonna be the case, but I hope it's multiplayer too. We're gonna get into it when the Rogue Raid battles, but especially with like the Legends ZA Battle Royale. Imagine that, but multiplayer. I like legit, this game would be the best Pokemon game ever. I think like if they had a multiplayer Battle Royale mode in this game, that would be crazy. And this goes back to what I was saying about it being like a straight shot in the demo. I am hoping that, of course, this is just early game demo footage, but it's almost like a roguelike kind of mode as well. Like after you beat the game, you're like your rank Z. I hope you could still play it, so then you could just like, I don't know, have fun, go beat up trainers. I'm hoping that's the case. I think it would be, but you know, they might be weird with that. But when talking about multiplayer, I think multiplayer would, you know, fit almost perfectly with this. But unfortunately, I just don't think it'll happen. Going into the second part of the demo, you basically chase Zygarde 10% form, which is the dog form, on a very, again, another straight section. But this is a story beat, and also this is the first time you do a raid battle. So again, I'm hoping that, you know, the world is more open, especially when it comes to the story. Austin John Plays Chikorita is level 15, but from what I heard from other people, they're kind of like level 8 and below. So I mean, this is again very early. Apparently this is mission 9. So you're probably doing a lot more smaller stuff before you get into this. To fight in a mega raid battle, you have to have a mega Pokemon. In the demo, Mega Lucario just jumps in from the sky and then gives you a Mega Ring and everything. So I'm pretty sure this is just because it's a demo. I think this is legitimately the first time you do meet a rogue Mega Pokemon, but I just don't think Lucario jumps in from the sky and then hands you a ring. That doesn't make too much sense. So this is a rogue Mega Raid battle. And again, we've already seen footage of this, but like not a long uninterrupted footage, which just makes this, I don't know, so much more impactful. I did see some people were saying that, you know, the overall background is reminding them of Sword and Shield, which I could see that, but my hope is the background is simple so they could dedicate a lot more time to effects on the battlefield, as well as maybe multiplayer. So the way Mega Evolution works is you have to run around the battlefield after hitting the Rogue Mega and collect like Mega Energy. And then once you have a full energy bar, you could then Mega Evolve, and then that uses energy level, and you have to collect more until you get it up until that point again. So it's more of like a timed thing rather than a turned thing, which is honestly what I kind of want Mega to be right now, because just the whole way this whole battle system is working is making me I'm sorry. I'm just like, I love it. I love it. I love it so much. The only thing that make this game perfect is multiplayer, which we'll have to see. Because we are going to get more information. I don't know about Legends ZA, but we're going to get more information on Pokemon at the end of the World Championships, normally on Sunday. So we'll see if it's Legends kind of focused or it's probably going to be Pokemon Champions focused. But I'll be covering it, so make sure you're subscribed to get notified when that video goes up. But yeah, overall, Rogue Mega Fights definitely seem more like an MMO raid battle than Dynamax and Terra raids ever were. And I think that's cool. I think that's kind of like the way that they're kind of going towards when it comes to these multiplayer raid battles is more MMO style raids, which I think is cool. At the end, you do get Absol, and that's how you get the Absolite and the other Mega Stones, is you have to fight a rogue Mega Pokemon. Yeah, I'm kind of speechless right now. Oh dang. Austin just like jump scared us. Huge shout out to Austin John Plays for all that footage, but some final closing thoughts I'll have in the background while he explores the map. I've already taken the time off of work. Legends ZA is going to be absolutely amazing. There has been some videos of some game developers analyzing kind of the footage and how it might run on the Switch 1. And, you know, the Switch 1 might not be as compromised as an experience as we were all thinking. Apparently with the more cartoony graphics, less realistic, and the cell shading, that it should be a lot easier to run on the Switch 1. I think right now, I'm pretty sure we'll have to get some confirmation. This is like 1080 60. That's 1080p 60 FPS. I wouldn't be surprised if it would be like 1080 30 or even 720 30 on the Switch 1. It depends. We'll have to see. One thing that we haven't gotten confirmation of, but I believe we might soon, is the shiny noise. I really want that shiny sound to return. And I think it's just like a matter of time before maybe someone randomly comes across it in a demo. Oddly enough, there wasn't really any exploring in the demos. I think they want to save that for people when they actually play the game. But it was really like a straight shot battle zone and a straight shot rogue raid. So yeah, I think this game is gonna be amazing. But let me know what your hopes and dreams in the comment section down below, and make sure you're subscribed so maybe I can get invited to one of these cool events. Anyways, I'm Crafty Type 1, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much, Jesus and Evan, for being our first channel members.